Welcome everybody to Mini Stretch and Revive, and we're going to start today standing up, feet hip distance apart. Let's take a small bend in the knees, finding our neutral pelvic position, lengthening the spine up towards the sky and starting to slow and deepen the breath. Closing or softening the eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. Breathing in and out through the nose. And we use the breath to transition from whatever has been happening in our lives before this moment to turning our attention inwards. And we're going to place the hands on the belly, just above the navel. So as we breathe in, we're going to inflate this area of the body, and then the rib cage up to the shoulders. And as we exhale, releasing shoulder blades down the back, relaxing buttocks, releasing tension into the ground. And following your own breath, feeling that space being created on the inhale, and releasing tension on the exhale. And this is the area of the body we're connecting with today. The solar plexus or Manipura chakra. And this area of the body is associated with our inner flame and the way in which we glow in the world. People often associate it with core strength. So today's class, we are going to move quite dynamically, and there's going to be lots of options to engage with our core. And I just remind you to listen to your body, choose whatever options feel right for you today, and work as strongly or deeply as you feel comfortable to do so. There is no competition in yoga, only practice. Let's take one more deep breath in and deep breath out. And releasing the hands. I'm going to take a deep breath in and stretch up towards the sky. And as we breathe out, we're going to release the arms inside the body and bend the knees. So breathing in, reaching up. And breathing out, releasing. Breathing in, reaching up. And breathing out, releasing. Coming back to center. Let's take a neck stretch. So we're going to interlace the fingers, place them on one hip, or perhaps it'll come to the lower back. Let's take a deep breath in, finding our neutral pelvic position, lengthening the spine, and as we breathe out, dropping the head away from the bent arm. Let's draw the chin slightly back towards the spine. Deep breath here. And deep breath out, releasing tension in the shoulders, relaxing the neck. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's do one more deep breath here. And deep breath out. On the next inhale, let's draw the head back to center as we swap the hands to the other side. So finding our neutral pelvic position, lengthening the spine up towards the sky. Let's draw chin slightly back towards the spine. Deep breath in. And deep breath out, dropping head away from bent arms. Deep breath in, feeling length and space. Deep breath out, releasing tension. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. And deep breath out, releasing that tension into the ground. On the next inhale, let's bring the head back to center and release the arms. Taking the feet a little wider than hip distance, And swing from side to side to release the shoulders. Welcome, Bhavani. And then coming to a neutral position, we're going to come to the front of our mats, ready to come through a flow sequence to start to warm and release the spine. So feet hip distance apart, let's lift the toes, feel a connection with the ground before floating back down. Small bend in the knees, hands to heart center, deep breath in, reach up to the sky. Deep breath out, swan dive, hands come either onto the floor or the shins. Press into floor or shins, lift heart space, deep breath in. And deep breath out, forward fold, hands come down, stepping back either into plank or into tabletop. Middle finger facing forward, press into fingertips and base of fingers, deep breath between shoulder blades. And if you're in plank, as you breathe out, reaching away with the heels. Engage your core muscles, draw belly back towards the spine, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, relax the neck. Deep breath in, reach away with the heels, draw belly back towards the spine. And as you breathe out, relax the neck. One more deep breath in. And deep breath out. Lowering the knees so we all meet in tabletop position, hands roughly underneath shoulders, knees roughly underneath hips. Let's come through some cat-cows. So we're going to bend the elbows as we draw chin, chest and tailbone up towards the sky as we breathe in. And as we breathe out, bending the elbows, dropping the chin towards the chest and arching the back. So breathing in, moving forward. And breathing out, moving back. Breathing in, moving forward. Breathing out, moving back. Let's meet back in our tabletop position. We're going to press the weight equally into the hands and then shift the weight onto the right knee so we can float the left knee up towards the sky. And we're going to do some gentle pumping movements to wake up our glutes. Keep breathing in and out through the nose and relaxing the neck. One more deep breath in. And deep breath out. And then extending that lifted leg and floating the foot down onto the floor. We're going to turn to lift the left arm up towards the sky and the right foot will swivel out. So we come into our side plank. Now, option here to work the core a little stronger, and it's only an option, to take a deep breath in and lift the left leg. And as you breathe out, draw the knee in towards the chest. And breathe in, extend. Breathe out, tuck, draw knee in towards chest. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, tuck. One more time, breathe in, extend. And breathe out, tuck. I'm going to lower that lifted hand and knee back onto the floor so we come into our tabletop position. And we're going to move straight into the other side. So weight equally distributed across the hands. Deep breath here between shoulder blades. As we breathe out, let's relax the neck. Weight comes into the left knee so we can float the right foot up towards the sky and do some gentle pump movements to wake up the glutes. Breathing in and out through the nose. Keeping the weight equally distributed on the hands. And relax the neck. Let's take one more deep breath here. And deep breath out. Let's straighten that right leg and float it back down to the floor as we then twist to lift the right arm up towards the sky and the left foot will swivel out so we come into our side plank. Option to stay here or take a deep breath in and float that right foot off the floor. As we breathe out, drawing knee in towards the chest. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, tuck. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, tuck. Breathe in, extend. Last time, breathe out, tuck. I'm going to float that hand and knee back onto the floor. Take the knees wide. And we're going to press into the hands, tuck the toes under and lift the hips as we push the hips back towards the heels into our frog pose. So let's press into hands, extend out to shoulders, draw elbows towards one another. As we breathe out, relax the neck. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, perhaps sink down towards the heels. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. On the next inhale, let's straighten the leg so we come into our downward facing dog. Let's pedal out the legs to relax and release the hamstrings. And then to really focus on the core, we're going to come to our neutral position. And if you need to have a bend in the knees, take a bend in the knees, don't worry about it. Let's press into the hands, extend out the shoulders, draw elbows towards one another. And then we're going to draw our belly back towards the spine. And see if that creates some space to then press the chest towards the thighs. Let's really engage our quadricep muscles by pressing back. Unless you have hypermobility in the knees, then don't overextend. Let's take a deep breath here. And deep breath out. Press chest back to thighs. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more deep breath here. And as you breathe out, bring the knees back onto the mat really wide. Big toes together, sink back onto the heels, stretch the arms out. Sink the forehead down onto the ground. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Feeling the glutes stretch. And releasing tension into the ground. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. On the next inhale, lifting the head and heart space. Walking the hands back towards the body. Going to tuck the toes. Straighten the legs to come into a forward fold. And you may grab the inside of the elbows or may let the arms flop down towards the ground like a rag doll. Taking a couple of breaths here. Let's reconnect with our Manipura chakra, drawing the belly back towards the spine. So we're compressing that area of the body, sinking the chest towards the thighs. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more deep breath in. Relax the neck. Deep breath out. Bending the knees on the next inhale. Let's lift the heart space all the way up to standing. So we're ready to work on our grounding postures. Coming into our goddess pose. So our horse stance position with the feet at a 45-degree angle. Bending the knees. Let's lift the toes to connect with the feet. Hands come onto the hips. Let's do some small pelvic tilts forward and back to find our neutral pelvic position. Floating the toes back down. Deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Deep breath out, sink. Bring the hands to heart center. Deep breath in, reach up to the sky. Option to also lift the heels, and it's only an option. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, relax shoulders and perhaps sink a little deeper. Let's re-engage our core, draw belly back towards the spine. Deep breath in. And deep breath out, perhaps sink. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Well done, everybody. On the next inhale, let's straighten the legs. Going to bring the feet to being more parallel and take a bend in the knees again, but this time we're going to drop the arms on the inside of the thighs and then just relax the neck. Let's take a deep breath here. As we breathe out, let's give our neck a little shake to give it permission to
let go. Some yeses and nos. If you feel the weight coming into the toes, let's shift it back into the heels. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. On the next inhale, let's lift the heart space all the way up to center. And we'll heel toe the feet back together. So we're going to make our way down onto the floor to engage our core muscles in some balancing poses. Now I'm going to give you lots of options, so choose whatever option feels right for you today. We're going to start with the knees bent, and we can remove the flesh from underneath the sit bones. And we're looking to balance on the space between the sit bones and the tailbone. If you're looking to restore energy, or you're pregnant and you haven't got a regular yoga practice, I'd say keep your feet firmly on the ground. So we're looking to find our balance point on our pelvis, and we can start to lean into it and make our feet light. And we might bring the feet to being level with the knees, and we're going to try and draw the chest forward. Now I'm lucky that I can use my flexibility and not have to engage my core that much, which is why I can still do it during pregnancy. But for you, I'd really like you to try and engage your core, drawing the belly back towards the spine and really lifting the heart space through. Option to stay here or to let go of the thighs and bring the arms out in front. And there's also the option to straighten the legs, pointing the toes. So choosing whichever version of this pose you'd like to do. This is called boat or Navasana. Let's take a deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more deep breath here. And as you breathe out, going to drop the feet onto the ground, extend each leg, get any flesh from underneath the sit bones. We're going to draw toes back towards the body, press the hands into the ground, deep breath in, lengthen the spine up towards the sky. And as we breathe out, we're going to come into a forward fold. I can't get so deep with these forward folds anymore, the belly being in the way, but coming to wherever you land. And so whilst we want to engage our core to ignite our fire, our Agni as it's called, we also want to counteract that by softening the glow so we don't become too domineering or insensitive of others, which is why we do counteracting poses. Let's take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. As you breathe out, relax the neck. On the next inhale, let's walk the hands back towards the body, lifting the heart space. And we're going to do another balancing pose, but this time with the knees apart. So again, moving any flesh from underneath the sit bones, finding that space between the sit bones and the tailbone. We're going to hold the knees this time. So we're opening the hips as we lean back into the pose. We can flex the feet and we can take a deep breath in and lift the heart space to engage the core. Now you can either stay here or you can grab the big toes and extend the legs. Taking a deep breath in, lifting the heart space. Deep breath out, relaxing shoulders away from the ears. Engage the core, draw the abdominal muscles back towards the spine. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's do one more deep breath here. And as we breathe out, we're going to lower the feet back down to the ground. And this time we're going to bring the soles of the feet together into our Baddha Konasana. And the feet may be close towards the body or at some distance away, depending on your knees and hips. Let's take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine, and lengthen those abdominal muscles that we've just contracted and worked. And then as we breathe out, we may start to draw the chest towards the feet. And we can use the elbows to press down onto the thighs to encourage them to open. Let's take a deep breath in and lengthen the spine. And deep breath out, relax the neck. deep breath in, lengthen. Deep breath out, relax. Deep breath in, lengthen. And deep breath out, relax. On the next inhale, drawing yourself back up to center, encouraging the knees to come together. I'm going to drop them onto one side as we come onto the knees. So we're going to come into dolphin pose. And you have two options today to do the restorative version of dolphin or the core heat building version. So the restorative version, both of them you start the same way, which is to drop the elbows onto the mat, measure the distance between the elbows by tapping the top of the shoulders, interlacing the fingers, relaxing the neck. So you're either going to do the restorative version where the big toes can be together, the knees can be apart, and you're looking to press back onto the heels and feel the opening in the armpits. Or you're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips towards the sky, like doing downward facing dog legs, and then walk the feet towards the arms to get that really deep stretch in the calves and the hamstrings, and try and relax the neck. So choosing your option now, measuring the distance between the elbows by tapping the top of the shoulders, interlacing the fingers, pressing the forearms into the ground, deep breath in, relax the neck. Then you're either going to be doing the restorative version, sinking the sit bones towards the heels, or you're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips towards the sky, seeing if you can get the heels flat on the ground. And wherever you are, trying to take, if possible, 5 breaths in this pose in your own time. And the full version is a very strong shoulder strength builder. I'd like you to try and draw your abdominal muscles back towards your spine as you're doing it. And if you're in the full version, the restorative version, like Jill, you can try lifting pressing the heels back to feel the lengthening in the upper arm and into the armpit. Yeah. And whenever you're finished, you can come into a child's pose. So I know that you're done. And just rest for a moment with the forehead on the ground, taking a few deep breaths. Well done, everyone. So we're starting to work our way down to relaxation. On the next inhale, I'd like you to lift your head, press your hands into the ground as you walk them back towards the body. I'm going to bring the legs out in front of us so we can lower down onto the ground. I'm going to do a bridge pose, but a short one today. So the knees are bent, hip distance apart, feet flat on the ground. Take a deep breath in, draw pubic bone towards navel to feel that connection with the lower back onto the ground, palms facing up towards the sky. Pressing into hands, feet and shoulders, take a deep breath in and lift the hips towards the sky. So we're stretching our abdominal muscles that we've contracted and engaged a lot through those balancing poses. Deep breath in, press into hands, feet and shoulders. Perhaps lift the hips a little higher. And you don't need to go to your full extension, whatever feels good for you today. Deep breath in, perhaps lift a little higher. Feeling that opening across the front of the body. Pressing into hands, feet and shoulders. Deep breath in and lift. And as you breathe out, lowering vertebrae by vertebrae back onto the ground. So the last bone to reach the ground is the tailbone. And then drawing the knees in towards the chest and having a little rock from side to side. And we're going to come into a spinal twist. If you know that you don't want to go really deep today, grab yourself a cushion or two. You're going to place to the right hand side of your knee. So starting with the knees bent, same way we do in our bridge pose, connecting with our feet with the ground. Let's take a deep breath in, draw pubic bone towards navel, and extend the arms so the hands are level with the shoulders. Let's take a breath here and expand the heart space and reach the hands away. As we breathe out, dropping the knees onto the cushion, stacking one on top of each other. Pinning shoulder blades to the ground, deep breath in, expanding the heart space. Deep breath out, releasing tension in the shoulders, neck, and hips into the ground. Keeping the head neutral, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more deep breath here. And deep breath out. On the next inhale, we'll draw the knees back up to center. Swap the cushions to the other side. Pausing for a moment to reconnect our lower back with the ground by drawing pubic bone towards navel. Deep breath in, expand the heart space. And as you breathe out, dropping the knees onto the cushions. Keeping the neck neutral, shoulder blades pinned to the ground. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Allowing our abdominal muscles now to calm and relax. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more deep breath here. And deep breath out. On the next inhale, drawing the knees back up to center. And from here, we're going to make our way into Shavasana, so extending each leg. You are welcome to draw the soles of the feet together. If you would like to feel a bit more opening across the belly and into the hips, or you can do the standard Shavasana with the legs extended, palms facing up towards the sky. And just for the next couple of minutes, making yourself as warm and comfortable as possible to just relax and let go. Taking a deep breath in and expanding the heart space. And deep breath out, relaxing and releasing the limbs into the ground. Deep breath in, feeling length and space. Deep breath out, releasing and letting go. One more deep breath in. And deep breath out. I share with you today a song which is called The Light. And just for the next minute or so, allowing yourself to feel light and float away.
Bringing your awareness back to your breath and to the sensation in your fingers and toes, perhaps giving them a wriggle. Option to take a full body stretch, reaching the arms above the head. And whenever you feel ready, drawing the arms back alongside the body, rolling onto one side, pausing for a moment. Before bringing yourself back up to a comfortable seated position with a relaxed neck. Bringing the hands to heart center, pressing the fingertips and the base of the fingers together, taking a deep breath in, lengthening the spine up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, relaxing and releasing shoulders away from the ears. Thank you for taking the time to share this mini lunchtime practice with me today. Hope you have a lovely rest of the day and see you soon. Lots of love. Namaste.